What's up? What's up? I love cleaning. I love cleaning. So we're gonna put the NFL football on. Breaking news about some comedy friends of mine. I love my coworkers. Oofa. There are a lot of scummy people. Lois, I just went to get her groomed, but it's so hot out here, the groomer's air conditioning broke. So, the Eagles won. It was a good game, though, 24-20. Eagles' best defensive player got kicked out first play of the game for spitting on Dax Prescott. And did Moses ban you from talking about KB when he brought up Neil? Chicken Man, I had something to send you. Fuck, I forgot. Never mind. Your thoughts on John Reap, Chicken Man? I, I mean, it's not funny, but I only worked with John Reap once, and it was the weekend I got passed. I did the La Jolla Comedy Store with John Reap and Paul Morrissey. Ew. Thank you, Kip Smith. Always, yes. I love my coworkers. I mean, it's unbelievable. Hopefully he's innocent. I mean, I don't, I'm just getting the breaking news, so I don't know the details, but check out the link Kip Smith has provided. And no, me and Moses, we got along really good. I don't, Moses gave me no restrictions. And I believe the episode was quite popular. So I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I don't know, man. I mean, I didn't get the creeper vibe from him, but you never know. Just another one of my coworkers, I suppose. I mean, I've never understood the allure of underage. I don't get it. What up, Jess Jenna? Looks like a nice stadium. And where are they playing? Brazil? Doesn't look like a giant stadium, but of course I won't show the screen. Oh man, that guy looks just like Jack Knight. What up, Ross? Eso Reap, yeah, I mean, I think I have Esso's email in my my AOL account. Just another guy. Man, there are some freaks out there. So I'm not. I'll have to read the. Well, actually, let me go on TMZ right now. It seems like we have a bit of time before the game. TMZ. Official site. Let's see. Damn, I think Sydney Sweeney's really pretty. Alright. It's not very high up on the TMZ. Oh, here we go. Last comic standing winner, John Reap, busted on CP charges. 2007 winner of Last Comic Standing ain't making people laugh anymore because he's been arrested on CP charges in North Carolina. The scruffy comedian was busted Friday by Hickory PD after a grand jury handed down a felony indictment charging him with 1 count of second-degree exploitation of a minor and 9 counts of third-degree sexual exploitation of a minor. All of the state charges are related to child pornography. Hickory police said the department received an Internet Crimes Against Children cyber tip in April from the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children about child sexual abuse material belonging to John Reap. The tip led to a search warrant at the location linked to the IP address, and the electronic devices were seized. Reap was taken into custody, and his bond has been set at $260,000. He was set to perform in Goldsboro, North Carolina. How many comics do you think messaged that club, said, hey, I'm available? So interesting. Yikes. Well, there you go. What route does Reap take? Jack Knight, calendar. So, well, I believe what was going to happen with Jack Knight was he was about. The rumor on the LA scene was, 100% Ross, that Jack was about to get Me Too'd. Now, I don't know the details of that, but he did what he did. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting. I don't know if he's guilty or not. But apparently they found stuff on his computer, so he got some splaining to do. Yeah, I don't think you can count on seeing. And you know what they do to CP people in prison, so. Especially famous people. Not that John is famous, but he's known enough where I guess you could call him famous. But his side should be heard too, and then you make your own decision in terms of whether you think he's guilty or not. That's just the way it works. I kind of like Jack Knight, but and it's funny, from what I understand, the girl who was about to Me Too him kind of hangs out in the LA comedy scene, and I don't know. She told me a couple months ago that the reason she's not passed at the comedy store is she's too pretty. And it's she's cute, but she ain't that pretty. But what are you gonna do? I just worry about myself now. And there ain't no CP on my computers. I don't go on those type of sites, so maybe I should look up John's tour dates, see if I could maneuver. Because comics did. That's the fucking funny part. Oh, John's a great guy. Where's he playing next? Let's see. Yes, it's all alleged. Jack was, he was a good kid. I don't know anything about. No, see, that's the weird thing about Jack Knight is no one really knows the situation. So, that's kind of, was just rumors and whatnot. So I don't like this thing. Man, how do I get rid of this fucking thing? I'm just trying to improve the stream for you guys. And look what trouble it gets me into. Gone. So, hope everyone has a good weekend. I'll be at the Comedy Store tomorrow night, 12 o'clock. And, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, it's a good crowd and I can make that money, honey. And then, no, I won't be doing any John Reap jokes. It's too soon. Too late, probably. I mean, those are some real deep cuts. When does Reap get the call to go on roast battle? I mean, they've had worse people on. Trust me on that one. Especially in the early days, I remember once Kenny Lyon was battling this guy, and someone whispers into my ear, this is when I was just a heckler, and goes, hey, this guy Kenny's battling is a rapist. Cool. So, I mean, roast battle is pretty, at least they didn't discriminate on who got the battle. That's a fact, Jack. So, enjoy it, as Brody would say. I mean, I got along with him. I mean, but that's the weekend I got passed. It was literally I got passed. I think my showcase was on a Thursday night. Funny enough, Moses called me Friday morning. This is when Moses was still the phone guy. They said, hey, you can start calling in for spots. And then I got offered to do La Jolla that weekend with Paul Morrissey and John Reap. And I don't know. I mean, he was a nice enough guy, but, that's the crazy thing is you never really know what people are. So, it's just kind of mind-blowing to me. What does third degree mean? Are you setting me up for a weird answer, Chicken Man? I mean, third degree to me means you are asked, you're given the third degree. You're asked a lot of questions. There's also third degree burn. So, I hope that answers your question, Chicken Man. God, I had something to send you, Chicken Man. I'm trying to remember what it was. Oh, third degree. I don't know. I mean, luckily I don't really. I'm not really familiar with what the different the CP charges are. Yeah, people are, and Nate's got a huge manager. I know his manager. Yeah, I mean, Nate's manager is probably on that as we speak. Well, he kind of was in that. He was like the new wave of like the Larry the Cable Guy, Jeff Foxworthy shtick. I mean, he was a pretty big comic in the South. Like he plays theaters in the South. Here, I don't know if he would be able to play a theater, but pretty clean from what I understand, but you know, I don't know. I mean, he's one of those guys that I think I haven't really heard of him, but he's almost like a lot of people think Carrot Top just drifted away, but he's in Vegas making millions. Reap's kind of I don't think Reap was making millions, but he does very well in the South. Definitely a regional act. Hold on, I'm getting a message from someone close to Reap. Hold on. You know me, I like to follow the stink. Hold on here. Um, Hold on here. I'm trying to get some info for you kids. My iPad has changed the way uh, the interface of Instagram. I mean, I do have some nice arms. Look at that shit, and that's cold. But I lift pretty hard. All right. So there you go. So we'll see what happens. But you know what? Here's the crazy thing. Nobody will care about John Reap and what he's accused of if he can make them money. That's the sad thing about the business I'm in, is if you can make people money, they don't care. So there you go. It's just the way the business is. Hold on, I'm just looking for some information. I like to be thorough in my reporting. You guys know me. When you have multiple sources, you must trust but verify. Yeah, I mean, the country folk, they got a lot of time on their hands. So, I'm sorry that this is the subject of my live stream, but it's just the way it is. Were you going to send me the uncut version of you heckling Perry? No, it was something. It'll come to me. I don't know if you have an email, Chicken Band, or you just like to remain anonymous. I understand your need for anonymity. I mean, Vince is an interesting guy. Hold on, I'm getting some information right now from someone in the Reap camp. I'll have to gloss over something. See what this looks like. Yeah, I'm not feeling it. Not feeling it. I don't know if I can. Yeah. I think Dusty Slay is. Yeah, he's in that world. I might do a pre-autograph stream tomorrow. Oh yeah, you can tell. I mean, isn't Bargatze about to host the Emmys or something? You could. I mean, he's going to be asked about it, and his manager is one of the big ones in the business. So I'm sure whatever he's doing is related to that issue right now. I would guess he's probably on the phone with Nate saying, "Here's what you're going to say." Um, where are you a Street Fighter fan? Not really, to be honest with you. Um, I was into the action movie thing, but not really. Hold on, we got some Reap news. Yeah, yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, I think it starts pretty early, around 9 a.m., and then goes till about 6. Um, you know, I'm always looking. When I do horizontal stream on the the drive stream, it looks pretty good actually, and I will. I know construction still. The construction is real. Um, who is my source? Well, I can't divulge my source, but trust me, they're a good one. Oh, I'd like to kill Ryan Roxy, man. That was a long fucking walk. No, Dan. I will say this: the parking's amazing. You park where the hotel customers are, and it's a great food truck. I don't know if it's going to be there tomorrow, but it's like a fried chicken. Um, Moses should have you and Jesse Joyce on his podcast to go over your guys' roast. I don't think Jesse would like that. I like Jesse. He is a great, great comic and a great writer. But he was just set up to fail against me. And the funny thing is, that battle was set up for him to succeed because Comedy Central. I had a friend of mine who worked there, so they told me. People ask me why I'm so bitter about roast battle or whatever. I think most people would feel the same, but because I remember when the Road to Roast Battle, which was like the preview show. No, Roxy's a good egg. He did pay for the gas. Well, Jesse's a great writer, but my friend was like, while you're battling Jesse, right? I'm like, no, I've never met the guy. I mean, I think we may have met once in passing when he was judging a roast battle. It's just, hey, dude, what's up? And well, Comedy Central wants him on the show. They want to thank him for all the writing he does for them. And they thought, well, he's boring presentationally wise because he's just a great writer. He's a great comic, but he's just going to sit there and do the jokes. So they know if they put him up against you, you're going to come out half naked, oiled up like a pro wrestler. You're going to make it fun, and then Jesse's going to kill you. Well, that didn't quite happen that way, did it? So, because Jesse's a wordsmith, his jokes are very long, eloquent, and that never works for roast battle. Roast battle is very quick, 1 to 2 line jokes. One of those air blowers. I don't know what they're using it outside my door for, but I guarantee you I'll have a bunch of fucking dirt outside my door now. So, I mean, I haven't seen Jesse since that night. So, but Jesse was cool, like, he's a much better writer than me. But roast battle's really not about writing. It's certainly not a joke writing contest like, you know, Jeff and Pat Barker would say. It's skilled bullying. Hurt them before they hurt you. And I knew my first joke was going to kill. I just knew it. Because I made Jesse go first. If he didn't, he would have looked like a total bitch. And I made him look bad in front of his bosses. So, that's probably another reason I didn't get another season. I mean, it still blows me away I only got one season. 4-1 on TV. 3 out of the 4 people I beat were champions. Meant nothing. So, what are you going to do? I'm not sure, to be honest with you. I literally haven't spoken to him since that night. So, I mean, we're cool with each other, but I don't know what he is up to, and I if I saw him, I'd give him a hug. No way Moses stops talking to you after Lipschitz watches the pod. Yeah, but I mean, I didn't say anything bad about Jeff. I mean, so. And after how I did on Tuesday night, I mean, in the history of the show, I don't think a judge has ever been voted the winner of the battle. So, I mean, that's definitely probably why I haven't made it yet, to be honest with you. Now, I've played the game a little bit with Gutfeld, but it's not really working for me. But, I mean, I'm not fake, man. I never have been. And the older I've gotten, the more honest I've become. So, it's probably the biggest detriment to my career that is hanging over my head, but I can live with myself. Like, I know I could get a lot more followers in here if I roasted the Dabbleverse. I'd be the best roaster in the Dabbleverse. There's no one that would come close to me. But, I don't want to do that. I'd rather talk about John Reap. I'm true to myself. I mean, listen, don't get me wrong. Do I wish I had more success in the streaming world? I absolutely do. So, Um, yeah, Charlie Sheen's book probably seems like it's going to be pretty good. I don't think like that's a weird thing. Like, and I know this is a controversial take, but I don't think. I mean, Charlie Sheen got so much pussy in the '80s. I mean, we're talking rock star level. That I don't really consider that gay what he was doing. I mean, pussy was literally a gateway drug to dick for Charlie Sheen. Now, if you've only fucked like one girl and then you start taking it in the ass, that's gay. But when you fuck thousands of girls and you take a doinker up the rectum, that's just boredom. Is that confirmed? Uh, is what confirmed, Kip, about Charlie Sheen and his sexual proclivities? I believe it is confirmed. This has been a great stream so far, talking about Charlie Sheen, John Reap. We'll call this the John Reap episode. Adam. Um, yeah, that's probably true there. But like, I kind of get it. Like, imagine if you're, let's say, um, let's say you're David Lee Roth or Vince Neil. Let's go with Vince Neil. Vince Neil's been fucking girls since the mid '70s when he was a teenager. And what is he, in his mid 60s now? I mean, I'm 56. He's probably 5 years older than me. So let's call him early 60s. So for literally 50 years, he's been fucking. So I'm going to guess Vince Neil's fucked around 5,000 girls. Maybe more. Could be 10. If you said 10,000, I wouldn't argue it. Um, so I could see, and they've mostly all been hot supermodels, playmates. I mean, the hottest of the hot. And after a while, that probably is boring to him. So he looks at a guy and goes, "Hey, man, a hole's a hole, right? Who's with me? Is this on?" I don't know, man. I don't know, William. I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's not a sword I'm willing to die on, but I just think that it's literally boredom. I can't imagine, and I don't want to speak for you, but I think I could hear of fucking so many girls that I would go, I need a dude. I can't see that ever happening to me, but I'm also probably not going to fuck 5,000 girls. So, I mean, David Lee Roth, I think, just strikes me as a whole type of guy. So, I mean, same thing with Paul Stanley. I mean, flamboyant. I mean, I guess out of them all, Paul strikes me as the gayest. Like, if you were to say he's gay, but yeah, for being gay, he's fucked a lot of women. So I think there's an argument to be had that, um, you know, they're just horned up, very horned up people. I mean, can you imagine at the height of Kiss's fame, you're backstage, there's hundreds of girls, dudes, and you're just like, hey man, I'll take the nearest person next to me, close my eyes, and just yowza. What's up? What's up? Hey, here's a fun picture for you guys. There's the weekend I got passed at the La Jolla Comedy Store. Yeah, let's get back to roast battle. I'm sick of talking about pedos. I mean, Miss Pat is a great comic. Yes, it is, William. But she's not. She's more of a shit talker than a roaster. She's like Ralphie May style. So I do believe I would have beaten her. But I love Miss Pat. So shit talkers don't really do well in roast battle. I mean, even I have some kind of structure to what I do on stage, but shit talkers, it's more free flow. I'm not going to write anything. I'm just the only person who's a good free flow roast battler is George Perez. George Perez could walk into any room and do a 3 round roast battle with anyone in that room. He just goes off your look, and it's not like hacky yo mama type jokes, which he won. He's just George is the fastest guy I know of in terms of roast battle. Stephen Azizi asked me for advice on one joke about 10 minutes before his battle. And it was the joke that he flubbed on TV. It was a very long joke. And the payoff wasn't there, even if he didn't fumble the joke. And I was like, he literally was asking me 10 minutes before the battle. And Steve's been on TV a bunch, so he wasn't nervous in that regard. But roast battle is very nerve wracking. I mean, even Jimmy Carr, I could tell, was nervous facing me. Now, Jimmy Carr plays stadiums in the UK and plays venues where the Killers play. So it's not that he was nervous, but roast battles combat. It's one on one. Look your opponent in the eyes and okay, do the joke, bitch. And Steve just should have messaged me or met with me 2 days before the battle, and I could have helped him. But this was, I think, I don't know, it was 2016, July of 2016. So, and then I had another battler from that. I won't say who, just because I don't want to, blow their spot up. But they were going to battle someone that's very good, and they came up to me 5 minutes before the battle. Hey, dude, how do I do this? I've never done one of these before. I'm like, well, dude, you're asking for advice a little too late. You should have asked me for advice 2 days ago, like Steve should have. So, well, I mean, roast battle for me was a big step up, but for someone like Steve, I think he looked at it as maybe this will get me redemption. I'll take a beating and I'll live to tell about it. But he did so bad on the show that I don't think he got the redemption he was looking for. So, it's just, it probably was a step down for him, but I understood why he did it. And a lot of people have told me that my season was the best season because you had some superstar roasters on it. You had Hinchcliffe, you had me, you had Jimmy Carr, you had Tom Ballard, you had K. Trevor Wilson. But you also had a lot of people, Sarah Tiana. You also had a lot of people who shouldn't have been on it. I mean, Mark Norman's not a roaster. Sam Morrill's not a roaster. Chris Cubis isn't a roaster. Stephen Azizi's not a roaster. So, and none of those guys did very well on it. Christy Cielo wasn't a roaster. And she almost beat Jimmy Carr before I beat him. Because I bonded with her. We spoke before the battle. And, a lot of people, when I say that, when they watch that battle of Christy and Jimmy, they're like, she didn't come close to beating him. But I'm telling you, live in the room, her jokes were just a little too long, but she was doing very well. And I always kind of felt bad for her. Yeah, redemption for the 9/11 thing. Because she got roast battle, I think like 2 weeks before we taped. So she was in way over her head. And Comedy Central and Jeff and his manager Amy, they knew that. They just thought, oh, we'll just give this girl to Jimmy and he'll kill her. It'll be fun to watch. Nope. Chicken Man, Brennan, Leslie, Tiffany. Tiffany got killed by Tiana in the belly room. I mean, just not even. It goes back to Tiffany might be a good shit talker, but you're gonna go battle Tiana. You got to have jokes, and you got to have a structured plan of attack. So, I mean, I just think it was so. I never really cared about it. I mean, it just was kind of a stupid thing for Steve to do. It's just stupid. But if I was his manager, I certainly wouldn't have told him, hey, roast battle's a great way to get, back in the good eye of people. Oh, okay. Rob's funny, man. And I think that, he was good on Kill Tony. I didn't watch it, but I heard, I asked people, hey, how was Rob on Kill Tony? And he doesn't get the credit. He's very, very funny, and he's got a great sense of humor. He's not the copy machine type guy. He's very, very good. And I believe he brought my name up to Gutfeld, so we'll see. Fingers crossed. I've done all I can do in terms of getting on Gutfeld. I can't. Usually you can always do something more. I've done everything I can. So hopefully Rob followed through on what he said he would do, and he always does. So there's that. And we'll go another 5 minutes, guys. Another 5 minutes. I just want Gutfeld so bad because I know I would do well on it. I just know, no gig is bomb-proof, but I just know, it's just right up my alley. It's tailor-made for my style, my sense of humor. And so hopefully I'll get on it sooner than later. And we'll see what happens. I think it would help. Because I think a lot of things would come from it. I think someone like Hinchcliffe would watch it. And they go, hey, Joe, Earl was on Gutfeld last night, did pretty well, blah, blah, blah. And then, then you get on Rogan, and then you get on this podcast and that podcast. So we'll see what happens, I try not to think about it too much. And, no news yet. No news yet. Rob, I know, vouched for me last night, but he hasn't called me back, so I'm just leaving it at that. I can't imagine I won't get on it, but it's You know, you just have to. It's like an audition. You got to do it and then just not worry about it. Because I could worry about it all week, and oh my God, did Rob say something to Greg? Whether he did or didn't, me thinking about it's not going to change anything. Not everyone on SNL was great either. Uh, yeah, I mean, I think SNL is another. Anything is what you make of it. You know, any show, whether it's roast battle. There's a lot of people who got on roast battle who can't get on in open mics. Um, you know. There's a lot of people who, Pat Barker, Nicole Buchanan, they did parlay it into writing gigs and comedy gigs. And, Nicole just got passed at the Comedy Store. But then, I know of many comics on Roast Battle who, they just thought, oh my God, I'm going to become famous. And it just didn't work like that. I mean, I was on Comedy Central 5 nights and 6 days. It hardly made me famous. I don't know if it did really anything for me, to be honest with you. So, but SNL, it's what you make of it. Getting on a TV show, it's what you make of it. Getting on Gutfeld. I mean, some people do really well on it. Like Jamie LaSalle. Jamie, he's a guy who's kind of an unknown, road comic, just literally a road dog. He'd sell out like, the Stress Factory or whatever. But now he can play a theater. Instead of playing a comedy club, he can do a theater. Adam Hunter, same thing, kind of a road dog, good-looking kid, not necessarily famous, known but not known. Now he can play theaters. Jeff Dye, same thing. So, but there's for everyone who's done well on the show, there's people who've done bad on the show. Chrissy Mayer did not do well on the show. Was not asked back. Jiao Ying Summers bombed. Probably, I would guess, wouldn't be asked back. So, yeah, I mean, I don't think SNL. Well, I'm not saying, I don't know a lot about his humor, to be honest with you. I mean, we did a couple episodes together on Rob's show on Netflix, but that's the whole thing. You don't have to be funny. Once you get on TV, comedy clubs and theaters literally just care about slapping a network logo on the poster. And their sales pitch to the audience is, hey, you may not know who this guy or girl is, but you've seen them on Comedy Central. You've seen them on Gutfeld. You've seen them on Roast Battle. You've seen them on The Jellies or Showtime or Adult Swim. Now, they hope you're funny, but it's not necessarily a requirement. Would you open for Michael Richards on his new tour? I might out of curiosity. It's kind of like I opened for Jeff Ross once, just out of sheer curiosity. So, what the? It would be interesting. He was in one of my favorite episodes of Miami Vice. The episode where he was a loan shark to Bill Russell and Bernard King. Great episode. So I'd probably talk to him about that. Yeah, I'd go to heckle him in blackface in the balcony. So, I mean, I can't imagine he's any better doing comedy. Like, I don't see him doing the road. So, I mean, it would be interesting to see what would happen if he got heckled again. Because he's probably as unprepared now as he was back then. Like I said, he's an actor. So his whole world is based around reciting a line, the audience signs saying applause pops, they pop, and it's very structured. Okay, Jerry's going to walk in, he's going to say, what's the deal with, and then you're going to have a funny face, Alexander's going to come in with a stupid, quirky line, and then you bring it home. So it's very it's very like the 49ers for 15 plays being scripted by Bill Walsh. Well, in stand-up comedy, nothing is scripted. You know, you're gonna hear dishes in the kitchen clanking, bottles and empty glasses being collected by the wait staff. The wait staff doing the check drop right in front of your big punchline, and he just wasn't prepared to handle it. Oh, 100%. But it's just, well, I mean, I would open for him. I mean, listen, obviously what he said was stupid and, incredibly racist, but I also I don't want to be an opening act anymore. At some point you got to fucking say, hey, I don't want to be an opening act. I don't want to be like the new Fraser Smith. I mean, I love Fraser, but, no one really considers Fraser a headliner, even though he probably could headline because he's just the perpetual. Fraser Smith is like the cheap trick of comics. He's just the perpetual opening act. So, but I would do it for a goof. But I don't see Michael Richards being able to follow me, to be honest with you. I don't mean that in a cocky way. It's just, here's the crazy thing is, um, a lot of people don't know who Jerry Seinfeld is. That's crazy, right? Like younger people, ticket buying people. So he's gonna struggle, kind of like Jeremy Piven does, where Jeremy Piven kind of falls back on the Entourage stories, but most people in the crowd don't know Entourage, so they don't care about the stories, and he don't have the comedy chops to back it up. So I've never opened up for Russell Peters, but I'm always invited to his house parties. And I hear Russell is very good to his openers. Like he'll literally take them to a shopping mall and go, hey, you want to watch? And then he'll walk them into the Breitling store and buy them a $10,000 watch and pay them very well. So I would love to do comedy in front of 10,000 people just once, just to see how it would work. What is going on here? Who is this anthem singer? Is that Bushman? I don't understand. Can I show a clip of the anthem without playing the sound? I mean, this is craziness. Piven stinks, period. But, clubs will book him. I mean, he gets headlining work. Now, whether he can, and I hear he steals jokes. I hear he'll literally, because I had a friend of mine who used to open for him, and he said that Piven would watch my friend, and then he would, no, all good, high five. And then he would just go to my friend, hey, I like that joke you did about baseball. I think I'm going to use that. Not knowing that's not really how it works, bro. So, you know. Well, I mean, he's not the first comic I know that's done that. I mean, Robin Williams was infamous for doing that, just sitting in the back of the room, seeing a comic do a funny joke and telling the comic afterwards, hey, I'm going to use that joke. Now, sometimes he would pay them, sometimes he wouldn't, but, and Piven does know how it works. But I think you saw Piven's improv skills when I walked up to Roast Battle that one night. I heard he paid about half of them. I mean, if you're a comic back then and you've got the number one comic actor in the world stealing your jokes, and he's basically telling you, I'm going to steal that joke, you couldn't really complain because, he goes right to Mitzi and goes, don't book this person. So, like, I know Robin Williams took a lot of Steve Pearl's act because Steve Pearl was just kind of weird looking. He almost looked like an embalmer, but he's very funny, very well written jokes. And I know Robin took from him a lot because they grew up in the same, really the same scene Rob Schneider did, the Holy City Zoo and Frisco and, Dana Carvey, I think. So, yeah, but, I don't necessarily, listen, we all have depression issues. You don't think it's depressing to see some of those Tony comics I know getting theater gigs? And I get one spot a week at the Comedy Store. But it's not an excuse to steal from people. Um, and, a lot of his health issues were due to maybe the powdered refreshment. Well, I mean, he had good and bad sides for sure. I mean, he was good with charities, but also bad to his fellow comics. I mean, and this is something even comedy fans don't understand. Joke stealing in the world of stand-up comedy is literally like being called a pedo in the real world. Like, and when you went about it, basically how Robin did, which was, hey, I'm going to steal your joke. Too bad, eh? So, yeah, this NFL opening is a little off. I can't show it to you because I'm assuming the NFL is not a fan of their stream being sniped. Yeah, but I don't. This might be the first time I ever disagree with USC. Like, he was. It's just wrong, joke stealing. It's just wrong. It's just there's no right way to explain it to someone other than it's wrong. Well, that doesn't mean. I mean, John Reap has fans. I'm sure there's people right now going, John Reap is innocent. OJ had fans. It's a real scummy move to steal. Because he doesn't need to steal. He could just pay them. And he didn't pay the majority of comics. I don't know where you got that information, but he did not pay the majority of the comics. He would just tell them, hey, I'm going to use that joke. I like it. Yeah, I mean, that Tron movie looked pretty good, but I haven't seen a Tron movie in quite a minute. So we'll go let's go another 2 minutes, guys, and then I'm going to watch the football game, babies. But thank you guys for tuning in, as always. Yeah, but it's still a scummy thing what he did. I mean, I've got mental illness to a degree. Wouldn't make it right if I started stealing people's jokes and whatnot. But I'm hardcore on that. And that's part of the reason I do jokes about stuff that Waver, welcome to Bonzo Berry, baby doll. Waver in the house. Well, but I think a lot of his illnesses were to his incredible cocaine use. So, you know, Yes, this was a good stream covering all kinds of topics: joke stealing, uh, esophilia. Um, well, I didn't. Okay, we got the ball game on right now. The Chiefs get the ball. Guys at the 20. Cuts back to the 25. Look out. He's at the 30, the 35, the 40. Great return. Oh, we got a flag on the play, though. Flag on the play. Flag on the play. Um, so, thank you. Thank you. And I don't want everyone to agree with me all the time. That's why I love it when, like, me and SC are not, we're not going at it. Obviously, we're homies. But, me and William Zoom have had disagreements. Me and ACDC have had disagreements. Hell, even that one guy who was trolling me, a couple weeks ago, Moses, I was fine going back and forth with him. Um, so, um, thank you, Just Jenna. I don't want this stream to be just, okay, Earl, you're right about everything, because I'm not right about everything. Now, I'm passionate about things, certainly in terms of like comedy related issues, but, I'm not saying I'm right. What up, Drunken Donuts? I'm about to end the stream, baby. That's what's up. Um, so, but welcome to the Earl world. I'm about to do my sign off right now. But you have many viewing options right now. You've got the football game on YouTube. The Chiefs and the Chargers. It's just started. Chargers have the ball at the 25. Go a pitch, and he gets stopped. Pretty bad there. You have a good. Everyone have a good evening. I probably am not going to stream from my home tomorrow, but the William Zoom has given me the idea of maybe a drive stream to the Burbank location of the Hollywood autograph signing. I do think I streamed a little bit inside, but if I see someone whose autograph I want, I got to kind of cut the stream and take a picture and all that shit. So, all right, we got 3rd and 6, ball on the 29-yard line. Mahomes in the shotgun formation. Number 5 is in motion. Mahomes back to pass. He's at the 20. He throws. Ooh, almost picked off by the Chargers. Mahomes hit as he threw. 4th and 6. We got a ball game here. I just tuned in to the Chiefs. Thanks. No all caps in here, Waver. You know the drill, you son of a bitch. Earl Skakel. Hit the like and subscribe button while you're at it. Earl Skakel.